Okay, and all as we Teddy here. I'm back. I'm super sorry that I went. I was actually very busy. I just got back home now. I was over in Clare. I was over in County Clare in Killaloe with the Scouts. We were doing kind of a summer camp thing. It was from Wednesday till Sunday, so it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That was 5 days. Um, wow, what a break! I really didn't mean to take a break, guys. I'm so sorry. But like, anyways, how is everyone? I missed every single one of you. I love you all to pieces. That's how much I just missed you. When I was on camp, I was thinking of like doing parkour and making YouTube videos and all that stuff. But I'm just back. My bag is on the floor, and my day bag is here, and my neckerchief, my Assassin's Creed hat is there. So yeah, I'm tired as all hell. Um, But basically, I spent like as I said, I spent 5 days up in County Clare in Killaloe, and it was very fun. It was very fun. I actually got a good few badges. That's just my wallet. This lead here is just my charger. Just money. Um, oh phew. I got one, two, three, four, 5, 6 badges. I got assistant patrol leader badge. I got promoted to assistant patrol leader. Basically, second in command ish of my patrol. Like if, let's say, the patrol leader isn't there on that day, I be the patrol leader for that day. Or just there to kind of help the patrol leader out with the maybe new scouts that come in and all that stuff. I actually didn't expect it. They kind of surprised me with it. I just learned that they kind of kept it a secret from me and all that. The cheeky buggers, money messing. I love them all to pieces. Um, I really didn't expect it. I was so confused. I even turned to my scout leader and I went, "Are you serious? Are you sure? Like, is this for real? Like, you're not kidding and all that stuff?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm serious. Why would we be joking and all that?" And I just couldn't help but to like thank everyone there because it was so awesome and they were so nice and everyone was so awesome and everyone worked together and they always did their best and all that. But tomorrow I also have to go to kind of a filming summer camp with Psycho Cat 23 and all them. So I'm I'm not sure if I'm allowed to record up there. I'll be able to find out. But I might prepare some videos for when I'm there. Just to kind of get back into the routine because I missed you guys so much. I missed all of you. Um. Yeah, but apart from the assistant patrol leader badge, I got hiking stage 4. We're supposed to do about a 15K hike, and then the leader we were with said it'd be about 17, but we actually walked 20.1K, which is nothing because it was kind of nothing because one time we were out in Arglen, which is another place in Ireland, um, and we were meant to walk 20, but we walked 23 or 24. So we keep going over the limit by an accident. I got it's paddling or something stage 3. I got camping stage 4. I have a little story about the camping for you, especially about the boys' tent. Um, First aid stage 3, and sailing stage 1. So, the camping story. Basically, what happened was, we were doing the sailing out in a very fun water place called UL Activity Center, or ULAC for short. ULAC concentration. Uh, I don't know. I'm tired as all balls. Um, it was so windy, and it was basically a storm, kind of. And one of the members were there in their van at the time over back at our base camp. We had before I get into this, I should lay out what we had. We had 2 Icelandic tents. An Icelandic tent is basically a big turquoise tent built for like waterproof stuff, and it fits up to 8 people in it. And yeah, 8 people, and we have two of them, and it's a fairly good tent. It's fairly comfortable once you're in there, depending on, story wise. We had two Icelandics, one for the boys, one for the girls, and we had an extra mountain tent for other boys who were sleeping in another tent. Because I think our bags were taking up space or something. I don't know what it was, but they were in a separate mountain tent. This is before this is before more scouts came, because Ballybrick and another scout group, they're very nice people, came over as well. But this is beforehand. But we were over there, and it was very windy. We were out on the sailboats, and we were kind of just after coming in. And one of our leaders were gone. One of our leaders were gone checking out the thing. He said it was very windy over base camp, but basically one of the fellas from ULAC went over to well, it was over there at the time, over in the center, because there's actually a little center thing where our base camp was, with changing rooms and all that, and toilets and all. They were going in to check, and they realized that our tents, one of our Icelandic tents, one of the pegs were flying out and it was kind of flapping up and all that, and one of the poles to our, we had a big cover tent. It was our dining shelter, but it's basically a big kind of waterproof tent thing that you'd cover over something. We had tables and benches and boxes of stuff in it, basically our supply and our storage and all that. One of the poles to that snapped. He ran down the. He was on his own, by the way. Like, he ran down, and he tied down the Icelandic tent. He tied down the side of it, and he tied up the pole. He tied up one of the poles back together, and he fixed it. And he made sure it was all that it was all good, like that it was stayed to the ground and all that stuff, and he made sure everything was okay, and made sure that everything was still in perfect condition. And then he left, and he called us straight away to let us know what happened, and we knew what happened then after that, because it was basically a storm. It was rainy as all balls. We had to sprint to one of the cars. Like, we literally had to sprint, like running a marathon, to get to one of the cars. That's how rainy and windy it was. It was more rainy than windy, I'd say, though. And we got there, and the girls' Icelandic tent was bone dry. The boys' tent was like a river, or like a lake or something, full of water, full of puddles, and mainly my side was full of puddles. I had to hang this bag up in the changing rooms. It was so wet that it was crying for a few days. I know. Kinda. It's okay. It's okay. They're not gonna hurt you anymore. I know. But it was wet at the bottom here and all up here, and it was absolutely drenched. It was like it was crying for 2 days. Just drip, 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 drip. And the plastic bag and everything in it was okay, thank God. My uniform and everything. But everything that wasn't in a plastic bag got drenched and got absolutely fucked. Demonetization in the house. Another. Oh yeah. And a few other stuff got wet. One of our other friends, ground mat got wet, but luckily, that morning, I'd rolled up my sleeping bag into my ground mat up at the top, just so that I'd be able to roll it back out when I was ready to sleep. Pretty smart idea. Came from our proper full patrol leader. And I basically, I kept my day bag a day, for going out and walking out and day, like, basically just keep your water and lunch and all inside this, and stuff that you might need for when we're going hiking, or if we're going to the activity center or something like that. And not only was the Icelandic tent like a river, but the dining shelter was like a big bog or a swamp. Seriously, the middle of it, no, it was like a complete swamp or a bog or something like that, and everything was just bad. I had very ugly feet from that. Like my shoes were drenched. I mean, I'm wearing new shoes now and all that stuff, and I got changed in my nans, and I came down here with my big bag and all that stuff. I had to climb in the window. I had to. I had to. I'll show you something now. I had to. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I had to balance across that bar with the bag really up against that wall there. When I had to throw my day bag up along here, and when I had to put my bottle of Jones, where's my bottle of Jones? Oh, yeah, right there. Not sponsored. I had to put that beside me, and I had to lift this bag up over my shoulder and twist it on to that ledge there, throw it through the window, throw my day bag in, place my bottle of Jones in there, and climb. Bop-a-da boopy. Place my bottle of Jones there, and climb in. And then I said I better record and tell everyone everything, which is now. But we had to, we took out everything. We put it underneath trees and everything. We put everything in order, everything in different places. It may seem bad, but I actually kind of liked it. Now, don't be like, what the fuck, why would you enjoy a storm? Why would you enjoy everything getting destroyed and all that? The reason I enjoyed it is because everyone was communicating, and everyone was talking to each other, and letting each other know what's happening and what they must do, and asking if they need help with something. And everyone was actually talking each other through what they needed to do. So if someone got confused, someone would just walk up and say, "Oh yeah, we need to do this. Could you help me with this?" And everyone was like, "Oh yeah, I was wondering what's going to happen here." And some people went, "Oh yeah, we need to do this. Oh, could you please help me here for a second? Oh yeah, you go over and cover that in tarp and all that." We had to carry all our boxes under a tree, cover it in tarps, cover the food in big tarps, and stick it down with stones and pieces of wood and planks and all that stuff to keep it down because the wind kept on blowing the tarp over, and it was very annoying. But not only that, but at the same time we had to cook food and all that. We had to make food and dessert, so we had to unpeg the tent and lift it over to one side, hoping to God that the wind wouldn't blow us away with it, and stick it at the other side of camp, where there was just this big square with this kind of swamp looking bog in the middle of it. I couldn't believe what I saw. And then it kind of settled down. We brought in all the boxes, we brought in all the tables and benches, and we cleaned down the tables, we cleaned down the benches, we brought in the boxes, made sure everything was okay, made sure everything was in, make sure everything was together and ready for the people of Limerick to kind of, Ballybricken to come over to the scouts and lay down their tents and see that we have a nice camp and everything was spick and span and everything was okay. It mightn't seem like much happened. Maybe it did seem like much happened the way I was explaining it because I ramble on a lot and trying to work on it. But it was a good bit, but it wasn't too much. And I did a good few things like chopping wood, uh, making the fire and cleaning a lot of stuff, and I was asking people for help, but a lot of people helped me a lot too. Like I'm not gonna say, "Oh yeah, I did this and I did that and I'm the best at doing everything because I did this and I helped someone do that for what they did there and I'm so amazing and all that." No, 'cause it's gonna make me sound like an arrogant douchebag. Um, I people helped me too. Like I'm not gonna say that I did everything because I didn't. Um, I mean I did help, but there were lots of people who are going to be moving up to Venturers, which is a bigger form of Scouts next year that we are going to miss. That really helped us helped the group out a lot. That really helped the group going. Um, you might know who you are, like uh, a lot of our leaders, the younger leaders, not like the older leaders who are watching the younger leaders, the two patrol leaders, like one who organized the rota for like times and foods and schedules and all that, and kind of said, okay, we need to do this, we need to do that, and kept us going and kept us on what we needed to do, and pushed us on and pushed us forward and kept us going. and just a really huge thanks to them because they were absolutely amazing. Um, it came to the last ceremony. I'm gonna skip to the last ceremony where they were giving out badges, and they surprised me with the assistant patrol leader thing, and it blew my goddamn mind. It still is. I was just in camp. I was just holding it like that, just looking at it, just what? What, man? My voice cracked. I didn't mean to do it in a high pitched voice. I meant to go, what, man? But anyways, I couldn't believe it. It blew my mind to hell. It was awesome. I don't know how else I'm going to explain. How else to explain it? It's just saying awesome feels like the correct way. Um, and when that was done, we took everything. We took all the bags out, made sure everything was dry. I finally today was the only day I actually got to take my bag out because it was dry. We left it out in the sun and it was actually very sunny up in Clare. The one day we're leaving, it's actually very sunny up there, and we kind of helped ourselves to our own snacks and all that stuff. We shared a lot of our stuff as well. Keep in mind. But yeah, then we kind of went home. They dropped us back at the scout hall and we unloaded the van, and when everything was done, hanging up stuff. I mean, yeah, when everything was done, I'm getting a call.